fight up against. I feel like Fury and going
Dire team pick.
Spider-Pigs, they round up their draft with a very. They have 2 ways to do early damage with the Avenge, fight non-stop. They have an all-round they do full victory.
Remaining.
They're carrying ever scale as well.
5
They're kind of
remaining.
Play out really strong lanes. They break down the map. So we don't really know what's happening with the driver, right?
True. Could be.
You know, Clock Luna. You know, like it's a kind of interesting first 3 picks. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Flex 5.
That's what I'm also thinking. If the Treant is, because Treant's more of a LeBron hero, so they might actually put a Treant 5, and they could still play around with Venge 3 or Venge 4. Even a Venge mid and offlane Void Spirit, who knows? But a Leshrac from Viking, and let's see those heroes locked in. Pause 3 Venge. Pause 3 Venge.
Oh, predicted! Got it. I got Viking correct. Nice. Easy. Nick, alright, go to the next game. We won the draft prediction game, Panda. Alright, but no, Spider-Pigs. Yeah, both teams have a great series. Especially for me, it's Spider-Pigs who have got to this. They revealed quite a lot in it already. Showed that Venge 5 was their bread and butter. But now, they're reading the patch notes and hold on. What are we doing here, Chief? We want to have a Tread, a Drum, Venge, who then buys a quick Ags, and suddenly we're back to old age Venge, where she's absolutely broken with illusion stunning and. Yeah, I like the fact that Spider-Pigs, over the last couple of days, draft, eventually ends to be a Viking. They are deadly scope. If they survive the early lanes are always pushed out. Yay. The lack of lockdown from Spider-Pigs is bound to be rampant across the map, just phasing his way through. He buys the bloody shard, everyone's gonna be. Oh my god. New patch, boys! There you go, that's me. That's you know, that's my animacy done. No idea if I was actually.
No, we're not on camera, so no worries.
Easy.
But
I did some, you know.
I was just looking at. I was looking at the chat at the same time. I was like, why is this game not starting? Boom's been disconnected. He reconnects back to the game, and they let the timer roll out, and we get our first game. So, outside of drafts, outside of everything that's about to happen and unfold, we'll let the players decide what happens on the field. I have to remind you, this is a semi-final match, and the winner doubles their earnings. They've already secured $4,500. They're going to get 8,000 minimum if they win. And of course, that prize money for top place is 15K in dollars, waiting to be picked up by somebody. Our schedule, we have this series, Viking GT versus Spider-Pigs, and the second one after, we have Live to Win versus, not Yellow Submarine, but Team Spirit. That has signed Yellow Submarine today, so we got a lot to talk about that team later on today. Now, we focus on these two.
Had one change being the best, but again, Viking, they are a scary team, quality team. Viking.
Scary team, scary aggression. All these heroes are capable of fighting early. even get that PA online early with an Orb of Corrosion if she decides to go for one. Looks like no, but what's your thought on Orb of Corrosion? Is it broken? Is it strong? Is it lacking something?
Broken. Sorry, hello. Binds an Orb Venom, HP, and a Blightstone into one inventory. Mirror price of. Hello. Might check 1-2. Can I get a?
Pretty good.
Inventory management is beautiful things. One item just binds it all. I've seen like PA loves to buy. Shad's not actually. Don't know if we're.
Well, let's get this underway. All bounties have been picked up 2 for 2. I was worried about what are these tips? What are these tips, Celery? What are these tips? What are these tips?
Happy that Celery.
Okay. Gratitude. We go way back with Celery. I remember we did like an interview or something like several months ago with him and me. It was like just fun, like having a chat with the guy. He's improved a lot in the years. Just happy he's playing with a good team now.
What I had for that.
I was waiting for a real striking point from Tigo, but we'll suffice with this. We'll be happy with it.
Yeah, I just kind of agreed with you.
Yeah, I'm happy you agree with me. That's very nice. Now, offlane. Let's go bottom. Let's go bottom. Let's look at offlane bounty hunter. What does the offlane bounty provide in terms of strat wide?
The idea that it's that quick mood speed. Start just running. Solo invade. Bron is now gonna heavily. Where is Toby going? The idea that of big skirmish bounty hunter.
Yep.
If they are running into a curve, then so now.
Oh, first blood looking to be happening here.
Wow,
that happens very fast.
Yeah.
And his courier.
Yeah. Fortunate
So while we were talking about the bounty, I was watching LeBron moving here to body block the camp. Moves here as he sees the courier coming, gets the courier kill, then rotates here, makes that perfect little circular move, and he finds a kill for Thug. Yeah.
But that's what the with Kodo especially, you don't have that.
Yeah.
You have to be
Oh, if only that slow was a bit stronger, Toby.
He has
playing with fire. Lucent beam. Yep. Level 2. 150 damage, that's enough. If Luna was still level 2, I don't think that would have been enough. The 75 damage minus the resistance wouldn't have been enough for a kill. Luckily, just hit level 3.
Like Spider Pig safe. They are very aggressive. That's why Kodo and Bounty Hunter, they're good, but they need defensive and play so close. 2 or 3 Lucent. Be careful, but it feels like a Viper type. Early on Viper, but then eventually, how do I deal with this amount of spam? And that's exactly what Kodo Bounty Hunter will have.
DNZ Mitch trying to find a kill on Celery, but instead they're gonna have to turn their attention towards Shad. More slows, more treant block. Celery, nice micro there, absolutely beautiful, holding the clock in place, but the stun comes out from Mitch, and he might have just overplayed a little bit. Fairy Fire comes out, Rocket Flare doesn't kill off Celery, he salves up, Shad gets the kill, and Clockwork punish. That's a first kill for Viking GG, maybe a second one. 2 seconds for another dagger. Do they get ahead? They've got that treant. This could actually be a big one. Oh, he needs to get in front. He does. Body blocking coming out. Nice play there from Celery. Is it going to be enough? It should be. Beautiful. There we go. Double kill for Shad. Nicely played. Celery high five in the air. There we go.
And another chain of tips. There's one. Oh, Shad actually going for the offensive tip, not for the Celery tip. Okay, okay. Unconventional, especially from the start of the game where the team was very pro Fury.
You expect. Ooh, Lesh gets pulled under the tower with a remnant. Takes some evil tower hits there.
And this is why the Fury in 5 in this position works really well, because you have the treants to tank up the battery, so you can then pressure this Mitch with the body blocks, the daggers slowly. It is hard, especially when the lane's so pushed up, like we just saw.
They're hunting a bounty hunter in bottom. He's faster though.
He has boots now. This is the key thing. Like, now he has the move speed. Yeah, he can now start waddling around.
A tithe to the impurities.
Very fast to catch.
The seeds of fortune.
And 3 bounties as well for Vike and GG.
Uh-oh, Toby.
Oh, I was just about to say that he's fast, but man, that animation is pretty sick.
It's amazing.
That solar bind. Holy crap.
It's like, so for every 100 units you move, you just get slower. So as soon as you start walking away and actually properly get out, you're like, uh-oh, well, that's me done.
Imagine if Luna was in the same team with Coddle. You pop like that Axe ulti and then put Solar Bind, and all you see is just, it's literally the blinding light.
Oh, LeBron is going for the wraparound. Oh. I thought he was going for a little cheeky wraparound.
Bit of an off-topic question. What do you call Coddle's Illuminate? You just call it Illuminate? Because we always call it horses.
Cottle Blast, Illuminate. Either of the two.
Yeah,
depends on the moment,
you know. One, yeah.
Watch out for the blast. Yeah, watch out for the big ray of light that will blow you up.
Yeah, we just always call it horses. Horses.
That's very a say what you see moment.
Kind of. I mean, you could literally see anything. Oh, it's God.
I'm dead. Mitch, though, is he dead?
Yeah, look at the body blocks again. Where can you go? Where can you go? You can't do absolutely anything. He gets past them, though. The treant dies to the tower. And now Shad's in trouble. He does get the jump off. Looked like he was on cooldown there momentarily, but he did save it. If he was forced to use that jump onto the Vengeful Spirit, that would have meant his death. Clockwork would have done enough damage with the battery assault. Though it didn't happen. Another attempt on Toby. Doesn't quite get the connection. Now he's got a Windlace as well. He's got a casual Windlace with boots. This is something that I love to see. If you have the inventory slot, if you have the money for it, just get that extra Windlace. I don't know why it's not built that often. Is it just not valuable enough? But I just kind of like...
The key thing here is he wants
just big.
He wants phase drum, right? Like, he wants to be able to buy both. I will double check though that Windlace creates drum, just to make sure I'm not being stupid. It does.
But still, he's building it before finishing phase boot, so he's already picked it up. And he's got raindrops, so a lot of like early laning stage stuff. Yeah,
if he just gets out of the grasp, he can actually play bot to some degree. But the laning phase is going very well for Spider Pigs. Of course, Mitch has had some issues top, but the idea of give Luna farm, noob can be activated, noob rotates to the side lane, suddenly that's when you're killing and getting the pace of the game going. Because PA, if you look at her quick buy, she does need that Battle Fury.
Does. Celery dropping low. Enough for a kill to stun. Noob
but
comes
noob
in. This should be a
rotation.
big one on PA. PA just hit level 6 and a big rotation from Noob.
But this is exactly what I was saying. It's the idea that Spike can just play the lanes and Noob, he'll be that big changing factor. The issue is, there's a Leshrac mid. So as soon as Noob leaves, guess what? 3 points in Diabolic Edict. Bye-bye, tower. Thanks for playing. Spike can have the advantage in towers 8 minutes in.
No more middle tower for
sacrificial play. Or sacrificial play from the PA dying there. Getting a tower as a trade.
And now Leshrac with no tower to play in mid. She's like, well, might as well start making some plays and boom, rotating into bot lane.
It's my turn now.
Exactly. But Thug, he has a point held in his skill. He could go for the ult if necessary. LeBron tanking up the gank.
Stun still available on Boom. There we go. Gets it, connecting onto the Clockwork at least. He's dropping low himself as well and might actually even die. 50 HP. Calculated survival there, basically. They will sack Toby, but they do get 3 for 1. Maybe. Noob. Very nice play to come in to help out their bot lane and give something back. Makes the 3 for 2.
Great rotation from Noob once again. But Bounty Hunter did get level 6. He did track the Luna before she died, so therefore
True. There is
track
one
gold's
track.
already kicking in, boys.
That is plus 40 allies gold, 130 self gold. Nice to have. That's one piece closer towards an urn. Holding the drums for now. We'll see the drums show up eventually. I'm pretty sure they'll go for the drums.
But for Viking, they have to be the aggressors, because if they don't set up correctly, they will just lose towers very quickly to when Venge and Luna go to the same lane. But this is what Toby's job is, and look at him. Behind the tower, he's already gone, okay, I'm not really off lane anymore. Now this is the super farm for Boom, though, dying again in the bot lane.
He is, and also getting treant for Celery here, but they're gonna hunt this Snitch's Prophet down by the looks of it.
Oh, they have nothing.
Or not, yeah. Stun was
If
still
this
cool,
was
and no mana.
48 hours ago, Mitch would have had a second charge in his swap, and he would have killed him. But, alas, a patch occurs.
Patch occurs, and it's no longer available. DNZ taken out by Toby. That's looking to be another track kill.
Yeah. Toby's being an absolute nuisance to Spider Pigs. Like, this lack of lockdown, this inability to tell Toby just to shoot. He's just running around the map, and someone getting recalled. Oh, he recalled the Leshrac. Oh my god, oh, of course, yeah. Because Kotal is now basically what Chen was in the previous patch, we'll be seeing like the Kotal Storms, the Kotal Leshracs, and the idea is these int heroes that blow up all their mana, get that free TP, but Noob running up into the high ground, nice dodge.
Yeah, he's got an Ops Ward on the high ground, but he's still gonna take a lot of damage. But they're gonna turn around with a hook shot going, connecting onto Boom by DNC. LeBron follows up with an overgrowth, and Toby's coming in as well, but Boom is already out. But Toby, he wants to snipe DNC. He wants to go for the snipe kill. He can't get it off, he's just getting dusted now.
Stun him, guys, don't worry. There it is.
The
Yeah,
that was...
Boom, his...
Viking were a bit optimistic. So if you look at the triangle, this ward right here, it was already placed down. You see the new Void Spirit, he's approaching from here. The gankers are waiting, set it up. And meanwhile, Thug is actually banging it. So let's talk about the team fighting stuff here now. Analytics, oh my god. However, Noob gets Celery. Still a 2-for-1 for Viking GG. Boom has also respawned. They got to be really careful here with Spider Pigs. Toby, he's tanking a lot, but he's making it work. Because Noob is now trapped in the trees. He's been he's not tracked up yet though. Because he manages to find himself a Mitch kill. Alright, up Noob. Yep.
Oh, he's not tracked luckily.
Close.
Maybe he can make the Quelling Juke.
No TP.
Oh my god, the blinding light
ulti.
actually helped him.
For now, he's got the simulate available.
That was the best blinding light I've ever seen in my life.
Spotted. Does he land the stun? Close one. Shad is following up on his heels. Another remnant used. Rolling Blades. This is such an escape, but the horses will finish the job.
Nay, they say. Oh well. New valiant effort.
Okay, that was
Aramis
what
luckily
happened?
clutching out the moment there. No, because so you were mentioning the idea of how Viking maybe went a bit over aggressive there, but this is what their lineup needs to do. Look at this 5k lead, right? It simply is because they collapse the map, go for these aggressive plays, playing around the bounty hunter. Spider Pigs can't calmly farm, they haven't been equally fight. But every death they get, the track play comes in, that extra gold. So this net worth lead for an 11 to 12 kill score, it is a product of both the tracks and the fact that these early two towers, mid and bot, have fallen during the absence of Spider Pigs being able to play the entire map. Again, like I said, due to that over-aggression of Viking.
Okay, that was interesting. Celery just teleported in for a Sentry D ward and paid with his life. Well, at least he got rid of the Sentry in top.
Radiant's middle tower is taking.
Meanwhile, Thug being hunted by Toby under a tier 2 tower. Yoink, your gold is mine.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Actually, with that, wait, you still steal money? Yeah, you still steal gold. With
Yeah.
So
Nothing too crazy here.
with that one slash, he got the money for his hood. Value.
Yeah. And now Spider Pigs identify, okay guys, if we try and farm the entire map, we are just going to have a bounty hunter appear, force out our TPs, and make us feel really spread. So we have to just, again, like I said earlier, about 5 minutes ago, Spider Pigs have to be the aggressors. They need to tell Viking, you come to us, into our sentries, into our vision, and then we might be able to kill you. But if Spider Pigs continue playing split, Viking will easily build up a 10k lead.
Radiant's bottom
Celery,
tower
boom.
under fire.
Farming in the jungle. LeBron, Mitch, DNZ smoked up with a track. This is a dangerous combination.
Yeah, LeBron is very well in vision right now, there, Chief.
How do they see him, though? Is he like, do they still see him completely, even though he's smoked up? Well, Aramis gets the slow and Thug. He summons Toby. Toby,
oh my god, where's the detection?
They see a hasted Void Spirit. The hook shot goes through onto Aramis. Here comes Noob, heading towards the Cogs. They're maybe going to finish off this the Caudle first. Now onto Boom. Boom's very dangerous position here as well. Gets the Yules off just in time. Here comes Celery with the TP as well. Thug with the ultimate. Boom dropping low and will fall. So will Celery. Triple kill for Noob so far. Looking onto Toby as well for a possible ultra kill. It's not needed. Thug will take that one. And despite the track on a smoke, it's a 0 for 4 for Spider Pigs and a tower in mid.
Amazing stuff. Did you toggle, by the way, the vision to see?
Yes. And it might lie for us, because look at Dire Vision and DNZ. It's like for now we should see him as he is, but you don't see like any vision around the hero, because that's the way the track works these days. It doesn't give you that AoE blob anymore of vision. But if you're smoked up, you're technically not even visible. So does it actually show your hero? Do you see like an animation or something?
I'm not even going to try and guess. I have no idea what happened in the patch. So let's assume that they didn't see him, because
we could test that during the break, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
That's something we
But
can
more
do.
importantly, Spider Pigs, they are the aggressors. They are the one actually making the plays. And you see there, when they get the jump and they're the ones picking apart Viking, they can easily run them over. They actually get a tower, and from a 5k to a 2k lead just in one clean aggressive play. Luna, though, she held her up gold for quite some time. She instantly bought out a Yasha and already has another 1300 gold on top. Most likely looking for the Manta to try and disconnect some of the track and the annoyance spells that Viking have. But again, this is the Luna VPA matchup is such a small window to really punish a lead.
Surrounded from every direction. Suddenly there's 4 heroes around. Maybe get this kill. Yes, they will. The NP ulti follows up. Mitch will die. And now Spider Pigs, they're coming in one by one. They might just lose even more heroes just like that. They've got the Yules onto LeBron. The stun connects as well. The Treant falling. Noob, can he do much here? He's already lost 2 teammates. He's going to lose a 3rd as the Treant dies in the trees. DNC 4th kill, and Noob has to disengage. That was...
First of all, why is your call on a 15-second cooldown, actually? What the hell?
Wait, 15?
1-5. Yeah, like, I never even clocked how small this is. Like, I swear recall used to be at least like 30 plus. Like, that is, he brought the Leshrac into the fight to win the fight at the start. He brought the P in at the tail end of it, just, you know, for funsies.
They're cleaning up the team wipe if they can get this Void Spirit kill.
He had one step. Oh, no.
Trying to kill a Boom. Almost. 95 HP, very close attempt, but
Look how
no
slow he
escape.
is, though.
No escape.
Oh, crikey.
Technically, that's a team wipe. That was
Alright,
the 5th.
so Spider Pigs, they brought back a 5k deficit to 2k and they lose a fight, and it's now back to 8k. Jeez Louise.
Oh, that just happened.
Yeah, it did.
Shad's also closing up on the Desolator. Even more damage coming up. Blade Mail for Clock. Blade Mail for Void Spirit. Blade Mail for somebody else maybe as well.
Everybody buy it, why not? Just Leshrac enters the fight, auto move onto Leshrac. But they're now going into Roshan. They're trying to at least get themselves some Aegis advantage, because this is the type of game where one misstep, one bug overextension, it's super hard to play. And you see, because Doug got picked off at the start of that fight, Mitch automatically died. It allowed Viking just to walk over the fight. And right now, we're at the point of the game where if either team starts to fight, they should be able to walk it due to that overwhelming presence they have. And
Noob is at ED. ED something called ulti into the pit, and a beautiful hook shot. Actually, no. Not that great. The swaps there, actually. Never mind about it. Viking GG lost 1-2. Boom is dead. Toby's falling as well. And that Caudle ulti, it's only a mere distraction here for Spider Pigs. They haven't lost a single member. They can continue with this hook shot.
Whoever starts the fight wins the fight, you know? And this
time... Is that a
time...
swap hook shot?
No, he hook shot, but then he got stopped by the blinding light, but the hook still connected.
The hook connected, and I was like, wait, cogs are there, and I was like, what? Wait, what? Hang on. Moment of confusion there for me.
Maybe. You know what?
Maybe.
Instant replay. Ah, sorry, technology is not built. Unfortunate, debated.
That's something I still need to learn, because it's technically doable, but I'm not the
Yeah,
tech
I actually
expert.
watched a video today on YouTube about it. It's like you can have a plugin for OBS, it basically live records your game whilst you're streaming.
Yep.
And then you can set up a macro to auto play like the previous 15 seconds if you want.
Yeah, you can play 30 seconds actually.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can actually have full-on highlights built into like a one-man production.
Yeah, and doing it as a one-man production is very, very difficult.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's easy. Don't
It's
worry.
super.
Like,
It's really hard. That's why I've actually never really looked into it. I did check out the plugins and all that
level
stuff.
production. That
But
would
honestly, if you ever see a caster do that on a self-production, that is literally give a hands down, because that's beautiful. Meanwhile, Mitch, okay, Caudle ulti to catch him. They find a Venge. It's a pos 3 Venge, not a pos 5 Venge. It's a decent pickoff.
And I will say though, Spider Pigs have had glimmers of hope in this game where they've had this ability to go aggressive. I think their downfall right now is just after that aggressive play, they have this tendency to want to start farming a lot more than they really can on the map. And that's where you suddenly see the pickoffs coming and that bounty hunter really become a dominant force. But if they're able to just to hug each other and to farm as a group, you know, lose out on some XP, lose out on some easily spread gold, then they should be in a good position. They farmed up this ancient camp area together, they smoke up together, they are playing together. This is what they need to do. And maybe they find...
It's hard to call Caudle ulti when you see that this is actually an Axe buff now for Caudle, but then again, Ignis dropped up, DNZ on Aramis. Get the Caudle out of the way. Yeah, so yeah. So technically Spirit Form is the ulti and Ignis is a shard, yeah.
Yes! Alright, okay, so I've played like 2 or 3 games of Furion just because I think that his level 20 Aghanim shard is actually bonkers. Okay? You get your Sprout, you use your Nature's Call on it, or the Sprout expires and it spawns 2 big boy trees that do 108 damage. If your enemy team doesn't have good wave clear or good mobility on the map to deal with split push, you suddenly become this independent being that pressures all towers on the map. It is so much fun. Like, oh my god, I love this shard.
Okay, DNC a bit late.
There you go.
Coming in.
Baiting there.
Look at the big boys. They're automatically... This is not how you use the big boys, Celery. You're meant to put them in the mid lane and come fight bottom and the mid lane pushes in, but it's fine, don't worry.
They are attraction.
To showcase the big boys.
Thug, holder of the Aegis, but only 1500 HP. Nothing that Viking GG can't burst through. Ignis drops out, the hookshot cancelled. Once again, the stun goes through on Aramis, but it doesn't go all the way to the end. Now Thug, there's more big treants coming their way. LeBron taking a lot of damage. Noob also drops to half HP, and Spider Pig's got to be careful. Viking haven't taken a single hit yet. Swap comes through from Mitch, trying to go for the bounty hunter, trying to blow him up at least, trying to find something here. Well, Mitch is dropping, the damage is coming in from Boom. Boom's also running low on mana. At the same time, there comes the ulti from Luna. Toby will go down, but they're going to take down the Aegis at least, and Viking still holding their tower, and under the tower they are. Can they get a connection onto the Thug Luna, who's holding inside the Sprout? There's the big ones. Chat goes in, and the crit comes through. The damage is there as well. The blinding light, the ulti comes in from Celery, and it's going to be enough, and they take down LeBron and DNZ as well, and 4 heroes down, and the teleport is coming through as well. Noob, do they spot him in the trees? They can't get to them. Can't get to him in time, but still, a 4-for-1 for Viking GG. And the Aegis on top.
So much gold going the way of Viking, actually. They get 4 kills, but they get 2.1k gold. Oof.
Money, 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 money.
Oh, Celery, you're meant to use Sprout when you farm now, Chief. You've bought the shard. He just used his Nature's Call without using the Sprout. Come on, Celery, we want to see the big boys.
I think he's holding it for the right opportunity.
Oh, here we go. Hold.
Here
we go. Hold.
Because the thing is why he's not using it is because once you use the Sprout to break with yours, it deletes the ult too.
That is
he
true.
still had 2 ult treants, so
okay.
He didn't need to replace them.
Didn't see.
However, Toby, in a spot where he might be caught, he's throwing some oh, they put the sentry. They see him, but he also reveals himself because Noob hits him, and here comes the Shad comes in here as well, and there's the Ignis, perfectly connects on 2. The damage on LeBron almost enough for a kill. Now Noob is held inside, Ace Sprout not going anywhere. The Illumina comes through as well, and Shad finds the kill on LeBron. Also, Noob in trouble. Does have a jump available, but he's going to get stunned. The swap save from Mitch. Is it going to be enough? It will be. The BKB by Shad just takes the front line for himself. Triple kill for the PA for now. Maybe even an Ultra here. He will. Gets go for the full rampage. Maybe LeBron and Thug. There's still 2 buybacks available. Shad, is his team going to provide the opening? Is his team going to provide the entry to find something more? LeBron is hidden. They see Thug. There's the track. Buyback from Clockwork. Spider Pigs know exactly. Well, the timer for the rampage has expired and Boom is
might
dying.
be dead here. Maybe. No.
Utility ring.
Oh.
Utility ring, essence ring. God damn it. What? A ring that gives you a random utility item. Ooh, that's a nice tier 5 jungle item, right?
And the key thing here is now Toby's got over this hurdle of if he ever did get stunned, he might be dead. But with the few amount of stuns that Spider Pig have, and he has the force off, and he has the pipe, he can tank up all his damage. He can then also enable his team. That move speed, it's so strong. And look at the fact he's now going for that shard. That shard gives his entire team 50% of the speed boost from track. That makes your team go vroom vroom in the fights, and also provides exactly some extra vision around said target, allowing for the PA daggers to come into play, allowing for that jump and that vision need for Viking, but also like the nature's the nature. Hold up, the Wrath of Nature, sorry, from the Furion. If you have that free vision, you're always going to connect on that ult. So yeah, it's I'm enjoying the draft right now from Viking. They really did just go all out aggressive. They need to end the game. They need to be able to hit the high ground.
Well, they're doing it. And he's Tobias.
He's dead.
Ignis, though, might have been a bait all along. Might have just been a bait. Boom gets the jump out. DNZ low on HP. Boom gets stunned up. Mitch trying to get the close in. The Yules will be forced out at least. They will take down DNZ. Shad's been hitting the backlines at the same time. And Mitch is in trouble. He's being surrounded from every direction. Goes for the swap. Keeps himself up for now. 1-for-1 traded. Ignis has been used, but that Ignis is also up in 40 seconds again. No ulti on Luna. They did use a lot on this bounty hunter.
And this is all the bounty's trying to do, right? He just wants to enter the fight, and if Viking were a little bit closer there, where the PA auto jumps in after that big like kind of drop of spell, that's where Viking would just crush the fight.
And they're just going in.
Oh, LeBron, he's on a single
respect.
tree.
Zero respect for Spider Pigs. They just go ham right at him. And Mitch is down.
They're 18k out, mate. They can do whatever they want.
Exactly.
LeBron's inside vision right now. Are they going to find him? Ah, no, there's no TP cancel.
Nope. Yep, Boom had Yules on cooldown. Are you lost? Those are your last words of comfort, LeBron. Then.
Oh, I'm doing a shard check real quick.
Do you do a shard check? I was doing that yesterday. I think it's good to pass it over to you now.
Yeah, we got no shard. Only Furion, but I rate the Furion.
Oh, Noob gets crit for half of his HP, and he's just stuck on the low ground inside the Ignis. Gets the jump to safety. LeBron, though, not as lucky. It's
Look at this mid-tap. Look at these big boy trees. Look at this. So one sprout, you get these two greater treants. That is...
And even more.
And now look at this.
Just even more. Chat goes in. Noob, remember last time you tried to go for going in? You just got crit for half your HP. Toby sitting inside, just giving vision. They don't have a sentry on the ground. They don't even see where Toby is. And Mitch has been... He goes in. Boom also pushed to the low ground. They're fighting Viking GG, but they don't have the damage necessary for it. Thug is killed off as well. Celery kills him off with the ultimate. Noob with the blade mail. And that's a team wipe, and that should be it. Viking GG. 27,000 gold, and GG well played comes in. Viking will take game number 1.
This was just a really nice draft in the idea of, even if lanes don't go that well, because Spigzs, they had nice lanes where the tree Luna can do damage, voice per early rotations helped out the somewhat failing offlane Spider Pigs, but the ability for Viking to force the pressure, and when you mentioned earlier, it's like, oh, okay, maybe a Viking going over aggressive, not at all. Their play is simply just to prevent Spider Pigs from farming, and then to break down the map so they can utilize track gold, but also the PA farms behind the aggression. I would say, yeah, just offlane Viper, position 5 Venge with a carry Spectre. Unless they want to do some quirky DNZ4 Venge, because they have tried that before, but alas, let's look more towards Viking right now. They picked up this Nyx Assassin. It could very well be the offlane still. It could be that position 4 if they put the Fury into that 3 role. Like, there's a lot of flexibility here. And I've seen a lot of Seb playing offlane Nyx.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't just the offlane. Another annoying hero where they break down lane and they're always running at you. You know, they're always in Vendetta. Where is he? Oh, wait, he's not here. Oh, God, got to have sentries. And maybe that's what Viking are trying to showcase in this first playoff series. Like, we want to play with Bounty, we want to play with Nyx. We want to waste your early resources and just, you know, be super in your face.
Pretty much. I'm just zazzing over this Earthshaker pick, which is long overdue. Hello, my good friend. It's been a while. I've missed you.
And in regards to why Nyx is maybe good in this pick, it's the idea of the carapace can always deal with the Viper, and then there is that very small scenario where maybe the Nyx gets on top of the Spectre, gets that break, and he blows up. But realistically, that interaction happens maybe 1 in 100 times because Spectre's always playing very deep, playing off the horn. And, yeah, Viking, they just go, we need that win condition, like I mentioned, and they just go straight in, pick up that Terrorblade. They want to be able to push. I wouldn't be surprised if Furion goes for another shard at 20 minutes. It allows for the TB just to have maybe Manta +1 item at 20 minutes, maybe even a BKB would be great. And they're going to be pressuring potentially high ground. If they can maybe kill this Viper, there's no way, it's a tower defense or wave clear. It could be a very quick game again.
I like the TB pick with the Sunder onto like heavy targets like the Spectre, who become super difficult to deal with later on. It kind of gives you that extra fighting edge, and Spectre kind of doesn't get out of hand, so to say. You still have a late game answer to like a 4k HP Spectre, so I like the TB pick in that sense.
Yeah. Gonna fix my mic in game because I forgot to switch it to my actual mic. There we go. It should be fixed in game.
All right, that's nice. I'm also wondering.
I had it on this mic on this, so basically, obviously, I had the headset on this, so I realized I had it set to this mic. So if don't worry, Mr. Dixon Gorged, I fixed my mic for you in game.
Shout out to that. Yeah, I don't know.
Man.
I always hear some people saying like, "Oh, T Panda's a robot," and it's like, okay, and then I'm actually not a robot. So I don't know. If I'm a robot, just whatever. I'll look into.
Ignore him.
Let
him deal with it.
Yeah. Just debate me and have a horrible experience listening to static.
But Viking, 2 bans out. Zeus, the best anti-aggression, great against TB, against Furion. And the tiny ban, it's just about that big jump. The
teeny ban.
Oh, the teeny ban, yes, the teeny tiny, and they pick up a Storm themselves.
All right.
In that Kotal is just the new Chen. Simple as that. If any hero has the ability to recall you, you're gonna be able to just utilize that and have these mid heroes. So Storm will be always running around the map, blowing people up, being really annoying with all his free mana. And for Spider Pigs, I have some concerns here where, how do they fight early? Earthshaker does no damage. Darkseer does no damage. Venge, guess what? 3 for 3, doesn't really do damage. There's so much pressure on this like mid Viper, to be very clear, because that's where they flexed it and they now put it mid against the Storm Spirit. Like, this Viper should have a good lane against Storm Spirit. Spectre, he is going to be a little bit under pressure of just non-stop chip, but I am so scared when Viking group up. How do they really defend other than making that big jump where Spectre gets that perfect horn? And it's
only 10 seconds.
I'm a bit worried for Spider Pigs, kind of not stale, but the better way of describing it is rigid draft, right? Where on paper, you can describe the perfect team fight in that bubble at 5v5. It's like the Viper is the tanky hero, he frontlines, and the Earthshaker reinitiates. Darkseer hits the big vacuum wall, and the Haunt is devastating, But for Viking, it's like so much easier to look away from the 5v5 and go, they have the wave clear, the pick off, the ability to group up early, they've got mixed damage. So again, I'm very much favoring Vikings draft here, but Spider Pigs, when you naturally can't make early moves, your heroes are normally tanky, because tanky heroes also leads with the inability to make moves on the map. It kind of goes hand in hand in Dota. So Spider Pigs, if they get over that hurdle of Viking, then maybe they become this unkillable lineup where defending high ground, this TB pokes his head up, suddenly there's a big instant initiation of the slam and they turn it around. So, and we have seen Spider Pigs win games where they play on the back foot and eventually wait for a better timing. So like, early game, have to look for Viking making the correct moves. Need Spider Pigs to dodge those aggression. And then if we get to 30 plus minutes, it could be a very amazing close game. But for sure, Viking have the edge in the early game.
Definitely can be. And you mentioned about Spider Pigs being able to hold their ground for a long time. If somebody recalls the Medusa game, it really didn't require much except holding, defending, and hitting the right timing after a while. So if Viking GG somehow don't put the pedal to the metal, we might just see a tie happen here in our second game. But as we get our next next game underway, Viking GG this time on the Radiant side, Spider Pigs on the Dire. Game 2 winner either stretches it to Game 3 or Viking GG will be in the finals.
I will say, in regards to Spectre though, and the patch, the additional cooldown to your dagger, it's an extra 8 seconds level 1 now, which means you still will be able to secure every range creep, because of course the time isn't too big. But the extra 30 mana cost is kind of annoying to deal with. You're going to be able to spam out still 3 daggers, but normally you kind of replenish for your 4th. Now you're going to be doing 2 daggers, replenishing for your 3rd. And we used to see a lot of ringer regen spot on Spectres, maybe 2 of them. But some Spectres in the old patch used to go like 3 or 4 mangoes to kind of be like that pseudo ring, but also that mana. And I think maybe that's what we could see Spectre builds going into lane in the future, where they realize that they actually need the mana for the dagger because of that nerf, but they also want the regen. So look in the future for potentially more mangoes on Spectre safe lanes.
This time, Celery providing the good luck, have fun. Just quick check. Yep, LeBron's always the one who says it first. PMA. And Celery in action with the Tree Protector. This time he's picked up a Blightstone. I think he had that last time. But now he gets free trading capability onto this Darkseer, who can't really fight against the NP, so I do think this Blightstone is going to be big value.
Yeah, it's basically a standard item on the Fury, and you get to play behind your Treant to just increase their damage, increase your damage, and you're one of the best zoners in the game, especially against these melee heroes that want to get on top of you. You can't. You have that Treant kind of wall in front of you. And in this type of lane where it's Earthshaker plus Darkseer, maybe if it was like some Tiny or some Tusk, Fury is under pressure, but realistically, Celery should never have any issues with what this Spider Pigs offlane will present.
Yeah. Double range. Well, technically 1.5 range versus 2 melees. Fissure comes out in TB. 11 armor. Body block, but a bit of damage. But DNZ seems to be on the receiving end. Mitch also takes some heavy hits from Metamorph.
Also, that's where the value of the Blightstone kicks in further. That first meta drop. Maybe in some scenarios you could see TB dying there, but of course DNZ being an Earthshaker didn't really have that kill threat. Dropped Shad low, but not low enough to be threatening.
Yeah, he can go for another Fissure, but that's about it. And he is tanking a lot of hits. He's actually wanting to go for Celery, allowing Mitch to maybe get a score here, but no, he won't get it. Shad gets it first, and Mitch even dying. Yeah, there we go. So it was a bit of a nifty play, and it doesn't pay off. Viking get 2. Good
That's
side.
a strong tip, though, to be fair, mate.
And
good...
a good thing about the NP... Oh, clicking the shop here. He hits level 2, he teleports home, and he's got a second teleport spell to bring him back home. Back to lane, I mean.
Good old Fury, eh?
Yeah.
I'd love to see the day where a pro player levels Sprout to try and get a kill, and then forgets he doesn't have teleportation like 99% of his games, TP's back to base and goes, uh-oh. We've not seen it yet, but I'm ready for the day.
See, now we have our first 2 minutes also rolled out. We haven't really looked at this top lane too much. Nyx is getting a decent amount of CS. Up against the Spectre. We got the Venge doing pulling action. This actually serves the Nyx a lot. Like, I see too many times on offlane with a melee hero going in a 1v1 and still not, like, being able to farm too well. Obviously, like, in these games, you do see any melee versus melee just focus on farm instead of like trading and fighting against each other's. Though Nyx getting early CS is really big.
No, for sure, 100%. But this is also a product of the... As Toby gets a little bit tickled, but not really kill threat. When Aramis and Toby have maybe level 4 on Nyx and level 3 on Toby, on the Coddle, sorry, easily Thug and LeBron are going to be, food for them. The level 2 Impale plus the level 2 Illuminate, it's going to do so much damage, especially when paired with the eventual point in Solar Bind. The question for me, or the statement simply is, the lack of changes to the patch in regards to pool camps and map does allow for these type of lanes to exist.
Does
So he is
Toby
dropping pretty low.
big trouble, and a wave of terror out of all things is enough for a kill. Illuminate.
He did miss the stun though, right?
Ooh,
So
Coddle might still get Aramis. Relentless with this. Might be able to get it. No, the stick charges will save him. And the salve. But that's a broken clarity. Aramis makes them pay. If it weren't for the stick, Thug might have just been dead. 350 movement speed Coddle with Windlace picked up first towards the Tranquil Boots.
yeah, Colt was one of those speedy boys. As soon as he gets that tranquils.
Have you ever tried memeing around with Coddle with some really stupid builds?
In regards to like
Movement speed.
bots, Yasha.
Yes,
Oh, just full movement.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
Yules,
you're
alright.
reading my mind. It's like Sanj and
I
Yasha,
think-
bots, and Yules on a Coddle, and you're just screaming for
So
help.
much damage. I think just movement speed on any hero just feels so good, right? Like you can make an excuse like, oh, I want to play my think of my Abaddon with bots plus you know, it's
Yeah.
so good. Movement is just walking is actually surprisingly very fun in Dota. Or running actually. There you go. I guess it's better running.
Yeah, like you said that you haven't really played any other games except Dota. I remember playing this game called Road Rash on my Sega Saturn when I was like 5 years old. It's basically a game of like you drive bikes and you try to hit people and try to win. Like you have like these chains and spikes and
Yeah.
you have like these police batons and all that stuff. So it kind of reminds you of like if an Abaddon went movement speed. It's like you just slap it and run and kind of like
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
just chasing you to the finish line. Meanwhile, Boom, he's got a lot of dots from Noob, and Noob looks to take a kill, and there we go. Viper punishing the Storm Spirit. At the
And
same
this is
time,
where-
bottom Celery also very low, 60 HP, getting burnt up, and he will die. DNC
Okay.
with the Iron Shell.
Nice from Spider-Pigs, and this is what they need. They need to be able to have this strong laning phase to be able to allow themselves an even playing field, so that when Viking want to group up for that early push, they have at least that one item, maybe an early Blink Dagger from an activated DNZ, or Terrorblade having to go jungle a lot quicker.
Yeah, well,
A
might have to
really
go
nice vision
really
though,
soon
yeah.
because he's being punished under tower, trying his best. Mitch is tanking hit from the tower, and DNC, the Iron Shell will be enough. So it's a trade 1-for-1, but DNC can teleport away, and they kill the TD as well. So that means every core on Viking has now died once.
But now Terrorblade will just go to the jungle. Celery will probably just kind of lap up the farm here. And when he hits 6, he'll probably look to ult and then maybe try and pressure the top lane with the Coddle plus Nyx. Having that early 6 could be a big window back into the game. But the issue now for Viking is simply this Viper is having a great time mid, 39 for 17 compared to the 35-3 on Storm. And he's forcing Storm to jungle. We just spoke about Terrorblade potentially, depending on the aggression, could be going to the jungle shortly.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
staying
it's
in
true.
bot
Like,
lane.
do you want to put all your cores in the jungle just because you're kind of forced to do it? Meanwhile, Toby, with the help of Aramis, gets the kill on LeBron. You're going to put yourself in a vulnerable spot if everybody's jungling. So I guess TB is still realizing I can still lane for a little bit longer. But for
Exactly,
how
yeah.
long is like, you need to be really careful. Information on the comms is super big right now for Viking GG.
But also the fact that you have this ward on the bot side of the map scouting out DNZ leaving, allowing the Darkseer to be independent. And also we didn't really talk about the fact that Darkseer, after like minute 6+, he likes to play behind the tower. So Terrorblade is such a great hero against him in the idea that he can just farm in front of the tower. And so the idea and the discussion of going to jungle and Shad never actually should happen because he's against the Darkseer. He can just always just play in front of the tower away from him. And this is where Mitch, he has to decide, do I want to try and pressure with an Earthshaker and remove that potential? Toby does die in the top lane meanwhile.
He does. Yeah, Toby was already in Vendetta. He was running away from the sentry because the stun was thrown onto his carapace. I was like, is he really gonna die? And then the Shaker just throws in a level 3 fissure right in the face and squashes the bug.
Nice.
So it was a good Shaker rotation towards the top lane. And now setting up for mid onto Boom, though this is a level 6 Storm with a jump, so this is a whole lot more different. He's already expecting it.
Yeah,
Now
lane's
let's
actually
look
going
at-
pretty well for Spider-Pigs.
It is. And we can look at net worth as well. It's not too bad. Like, even though Storm is the last in farm, as we said, that the Viper is really enjoying his time. TB dying once is still 3,700 in net worth, so this TB is definitely not shut down. That is for sure.
No, yeah, and you see this early lead flickering between 1 to 2k. It's the idea that Spider Pigs, they have to use so many resources to get these kills. Like Earthshaker's roaming them out looking for that one fissure. Viper's diving towers for that one kill, and Spectre's kind of getting whatever he can in top. Darks is getting whatever he can in bot. Meanwhile, Viking, even if they die, you have this Terrorblade just free farming bot. You've got Nyx lapping up the farm. Like everyone's hitting creeps and also utilizing the jungle early on. Terrorblade, he farms lane, he farms hard camp. Storm, he farms mid, he farms the side camp as well. Like they're able to maximize the most at the map compared to Spider Pigs, where they're kind of locked into just doing one thing, and that is trying to apply pressure. Because if they don't apply pressure, Viking have this insane team timing. We mentioned it during the draft, but the fact that when Nyx gets his Vendetta, he starts scouting out these stats, scouting out what Spider Pigs are trying to do. Suddenly, Spectre can't play that 1x4 type strategy where 4 play one side of the map, Spectre plays by himself. Because if he does get caught by the Nyx, that break comes into play. Suddenly, Kotl recalls in a Terrorblade who messes with a Skadi, for example. Like, the game from Spider Pigs needs to be aggression in lanes, set the early pace of the game, have really good tower defenses, and then go equal in itemization. And that's where we look for Viking and go, okay, they're 2k up right now, barely 2k, sorry. Once they get to maybe Dragonlance plus 1 item on Terrorblade, they're going to look to maybe go for Roshan, look for these early towers, and then really close up the map and punish the lack of mobility and greediness of a Viper, Dark Spectre Tricore.
Yeah.
That was a long rant. I do apologize.
That was a long rant. That's a lot to soak in, but basically that's what's going to happen in the coming minutes, so to say. So I'm like,
I thought
I can't say anything except yes, I agree. Thank you, Tigo.
No worries. We could maybe use this time to talk about something else. What is your favorite hero in the patch?
Questions in the patch.
Yeah.
This is a difficult
one.
Or
the most favorite change. Like, did you read anything and go, "Oh, I like that"? You don't have to have practiced it or seen it or tested it, but just like, did you read anything and go, "Damn, let me see a bit more of this, please"?
Well, at least outside of the disappointments I had with no changes to the map and the economy, but that's coming later, so I might still be redeemed. I think my yesterday's experiments with the carry Omni Knight. I know it sounds goofy, and now it sounds silly. It was actually quite fun because you do pure damage on your shard. It's 6-second cooldown. You heal yourself a little bit. It's not big. It's based on your base damage, so it's not too great. But I think that was cool in a sense. It was fun to try. Same thing with the gyrocopter ag shard as well. You have a secondary target for the rocket barrage. I did try that out as well. It seemed fun. But you're like, okay, this is magical damage, and still you're doing like 600 damage, 500 damage per like every time you're doing like an average of 400 DPS basically. But it's magical damage, which can get mitigated, can get soaked up, and it just doesn't scale too great. So it's fun, but still kind of like a lot of stuff in this patch. This is my genuine opinion. I feel like some of the stuff in the patch is like, well, it looks cool, but nah. It's kind of like
what every
the amount of it's kind of like okay, you get overwhelmed with like okay, we got 20 new things, and then you're like yes, and the more you read, you're like so you might just get overwhelmed a little bit. So let's just say ask that question again from me in like a week or two when we get like the new changes, and then I can really give you like, man, I either love it or I hate it. But like I said, I want something radical. I'm still waiting for that radical stuff to come out. That's my rant.
There we go, round over. Aggression though, Nyx and Vendetta in the top lane.
Yeah. Well, aggression and aggression. It's a hugging contest. Mitch might actually take a kill in his 1v3, but as a vacuum, it's not enough. It's not enough. But meanwhile, in top, they're chasing Toby. It's been appearing in Spider Pig's area to farm. Fissure, gonna get it out. Yes, you will. Waiting for the Carapace stun. Not really gonna help the Shaker much in the tower, yeah. Nowhere to run.
Yeah, and we're seeing the difference between Toby in the first game to this game. When he was playing the Bounty Hunter, he was tracking, running around, being annoying. This game, we haven't really seen a big successful Vendetta that leads to a kill. And, it is a matter of patience, because eventually when he has his Storm, his Terrorblade able to play with him, it will be an entirely different game.
Oh, this is a sad attempt from Spider-Pigs, because LeBron's still level 5. If they had swapped, they could have actually got this kill, but now it's all of Ike and GG on top of those heroes, trying to come for a gank. DNZ dead, Noom is dead, LeBron is gonna die. They just killed a Celery, Nature's Prophet, and it took so long to get it as well, because they didn't have swap yet. Level 5 Venge walking in with the stun. And all of Viking just collapse on top of him for a 3-to-1 trade. A stun on Spectre, but no follow-up from Shatter.
But also, the value of this Cuddle, right? You have that recall come into play. He just brings in the Storm. He puts the Solar Bind onto that Viper, who naturally is quite a tanky hero.
Exactly.
He has 20% magic resist. You slap a Solar Bind on him, that reduces 15%. Now you only have a 5% magic resist because of your corrosive skin. That's not that tanky. That's pretty darn squishy. And he just blows up to the Storm. Like, Kotal is an amazing hero. I am so excited to watch Nigma play with GH back on his Kotal in that position 4 role. I think they, like, I'm just so giddy for DPC. As long as Kotal doesn't get hit by some, like, massive nerfs.
How many times are we going to actually get the Kotal through the draft, though? I think that's going to be a big question. But that also means that if we talk about Nigma, for example, that means that Kotal and Io will be your first face bans, and it allows every other hero to come through, basically. So you gotta pick your poison in a sense. But for Viking GG's sake, since they're the ones playing right now, if they get to play this Kotal more, if they get to play and work around it, this can be super dangerous for them. And if they keep on going with experimenting with the meta and creating the meta even, I think they might have a huge advantage for them as well with the hero pools. Having that adaptability and the compatibility to play around with. However, there's a lot of action in mid, or traffic more to say, waiting for the action to actually kick off.
Yeah, it's kind of just walking around, just kind of going, do you want to fight? Nah. Alright, we can just walk around together, that's about it. Spider Pigs, they don't really ever kill anything. Unlike
except Thug.
Boom. Or Spider Pigs aren't killing Thug, I hope. Oh, that's not how the patch works.
Mentally, maybe. Let's see if they can kill something. Toby's the one to take the bait here in mid. We don't have available on the Kotal right now, so it's a 1-for-1, but it's not the best because you're also losing your tower in top. Shad's still hitting this tower. He's gonna have to back away momentarily, but here comes the Treants. Gonna tank the hits while he's clearing the wave. Meanwhile, Spider Pigs, we're gonna go ham on this tower in mid. We're gonna use Haunt. We're gonna come back into this fight. Aramis is the target, and so is Celery. But Celery is just the only one to fall, and Viking GG, they've already backed away, and the siege still keeps on going. The glyph comes out, and Shad is still pushing this tower. They finally get the tier 1 in mid, and Shad, he gets this tower, does he? He's got the illusion hitting it. No, he's not gonna get it.
Deny it.
Is he? The melee unit. No.
Karate chop. Okay, go on, Mitch. You got this, brother.
He's gonna keep it up for now, but he's no tower kill for Shad. Not
okay.
Now at least.
All right, here you go, Mitch. Moment of truth. Hi.
Give us that normal punch.
No.
I
Oh.
was waiting for it.
I hope we just see Shad run up there and pull out like 3 illusions when he buys the Manta.
If normal punch was usable on buildings, you could make like a copy of a tower, you know, like.
Wait. No, I'm just picturing that you'd be able to physically move towers. The Darkster just surges in and just yeets the tower into like the jungle.
This would be funny, like you know, just stacking your high ground with this bunch of towers here in mid, you know.
Yeah, guys, have we taken the tier 1 yet? Because we can't hit the tier 2. No, where's it gone? Darkster just karate chopped it to the high ground. Oh no.
Thug being chased up on his side of the map, and they've not reacted to this fast enough, and Spectre in trouble. The rod comes out, he's got 40 HP, but he's still gonna go down. And Viking GG, can they get out in time is the big question. Celery once again takes the bullet for the team. Toby also takes a few nasty hits from Noob. He's gonna lose his life. And Celery, well, he's still juking. He gets a courier on the way. Sprouting. Oh, he's toying with these boys. There's a rod.
Oh,
and here comes Boom. He's actually coming back in. The Echo Slam comes out from DNZ. They're going to take down Celery. They're going to look for the Boom kill as well. They will.
Amazing.
Swap save from LeBron. Echo Slam from DNZ. They secure more kills than they were actually available to get. They weren't supposed to get this many kills. Now they might even find a Kotal. Maybe. Sid Shaker. Okay, he didn't have mana. Now he does. Fissure off in 1 second. Yeah, you need to find the right angle. Oh, he's got it.
Oh, that was nice.
He's got it. Beautiful.
And now as a Viking, they were really trying to play around this, cuddle recall onto the Storm, abuse the fact that Storm always has full mana. But then you have DNC perfectly placed between both the Ancients and that hard count. Storm gets slapped up by like a 3 or 4 unit Earth shot, and then the Aegis layered on top. Viking getting punished for over-aggression. But is this not reminiscent to game 1? We are seeing Spider Pigs able to punish the over-aggression. We are seeing them able to rebuttal or take away this need for Viking to find fights. But the net worth is still Viking favored. Terrorblade is still farming. And then Mitch.
Yeah, there was a Darkseer.
Yeah.
Boom shows up and quickly destroyed. And I love that when you have this +5 Nature's Prophet, Celery, after the previous team fight, respawned, instantly teleports to the to the Bounty Rune, and he steals it at the 15-minute mark. He gets away because Shaker didn't have mana from the previous engagement. No stun cancel. The Road of Atos doesn't connect and just TP's home. So this NP can just be a nuisance. Since he's the support, you never know where he's going to be next. If he was a core, you always see him coming in lane.
Oh, he's not. Alright, the key difference in this game, he realizes that Spectre, Viper, Earthshaker, Darkseer can all to some degree. Darkseer, Viper, Spectre can all to some degree deal with the split pushing game. So we're not seeing the shard yet. Aww. Orange chat. Sad face. Sad face.
Nothing new here. Fairies Trinket, the only newer jungle item for the Darkseer. Extra health. Yep. Tiny bit of spell damage. Doesn't really buff the Darkseer that much, but the mana construction is nice, however, but he's just getting hunted. And this is a this is a Storm Spirit who doesn't even have a Bloodstone yet, and he is around the map.
Well, it's mainly the Cuttle, you know.
It is the Cuttle, but that's the thing. Like, you don't even need Bloodstone to be able to just zip and zap and be everywhere, because you have Cuttle helping you out, doing all this stuff for you until you have the Bloodstone. Once you have the Bloodstone, I don't even want to know what happens with that Storm Spirit Cuttle combo after that, because then Storm is literally everywhere.
It's going to be very hard to deal with. And it's the product of Spider Pigs 2 games in a row. Their draft, it looks good on paper as a 5-set of heroes, but when you think about the intricate fights, the early game, the meta that we have, it is victim to just over-aggression and their lack of being able to take fights continuously. They can take one big fight, but they can't take 2-3 smaller skirmishes back to back. And that's where, when you have Storm Spirit, Nyx, Fury, and even the Cold to some degree, they are experts in just poking and prodding and forcing out a big key spell. And then that's when you have the Terrorblade really come in and capitalize on the lack of a slam or the lack of a horn. 10k net worth already on Shad. He has Manta, he has Dragon Lance, he has one component towards Skadi. And when he gets that Skadi, he's probably going to look just to group up with his team and really just force it home.
Yep. TB looking really good. That 10k before the 18-minute mark. I've talked to you a couple times about that, haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
That is a good sign. That's a good sign.
It is yeah. It's not too shabby. That's the British way of saying it. There we go. It's Actually, nah, let's keep it with just
somebody might say it's bloody brilliant.
There we go. It is bloody brilliant.
What else? We need. I think you need to teach me some new.
You know what? Yeah. For tomorrow, for the grand finals, I'll get like a playbook of just like over the top British phrases, and we'll try and work as many in.
Some new stuff that I can shout and play by play.
You know exactly. And if anyone has any phrases that you know, I was about to suggest if anyone in Twitch has any phrases that you want to
be careful what you wish for.
No, but I mean like stereotypical British phrases that you want to work into the grand finals. We can then play, you know, T Panda, T Governor bingo, and you can see if you've caught them all. You know.
I'm not sure. Was it with you or was it with Kips when we had was it NIP play and we were like, some team fight needs to be absolutely bonkers because of bunkers.
Maybe that was me.
It might have been actually with you, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was me. That's like really dumb, I'd say.
Celery, TP cancel, quick pick off on the NP. Anything else happening on the map? We know he's dead, so we can just jump away. Nothing else. Toby farming bot. Arama's pushing top. Still 6k lead for the Spider Pigs, and we got a BKB on the Viper.
Yeah, this is their big timing to go. They have the BKB on the Viper, they have a blink on Earthshaker, they're smoking up. They have to kill the TB though. If they don't kill the TB in this smoke, and their biggest power spike in the next 5 minutes, they are going to have some issues where suddenly TB gets that Skadi for free. He actually goes for a BKB.
Oh, LeBron, Echo Slam instantly, but Boom has dodged it.
Oh,
Boom has dodged it. How did he dodge that though? That is unbelievable.
Just zippity zappity. He's out of there.
LeBron is being chased up by Boom, gets hit by the NP ulti, he's out. Viper, you still got that BKB, but you're
Noob was stuck behind the fissure. No.
He's just surprised and stuck and blocked and everything. Viking GG, 2 kills. They could take Roche with this Metamorph. But Boom with that big play. It happened so quick I didn't even realize that he actually dodged the Echo Slam.
Yeah. The key thing here is though, Shad, he identified that his team are extremely powerful right now. So he changes from the Skadi, just goes straight BKB. They win a big fight, they get Aegis. So that next fight, he's going to have BKB, he's going to have Aegis. He's going to be pretty much unkillable to what Spider Pigs have. Like, if you look at Spectre right now, only has Blade Mail Yasha. Like, pretty much 3 items away from being able to kill a Terror Blade. Like we've already mentioned, the Viper BKB, it's surviving, but it's nothing much. And
yeah. They're going to kill Toby, but Toby's going to sack his life for the sake of Roshan. But they might get a chance to reinitiate. Impale onto 2. And here's the Ignis. Connects onto the Darkseer. Haunt comes through from the Spectre. Thug. Yasha Blade Mail Spectre. Can he do enough damage? Can he kill off a Celery? There's the NT to help him out. Yep, they have the damage to take down an NP at least, making it 2 for 0. But still, Aegis has been secured for Boom.
Yeah, and the key thing there is Haunt was used, right?
Haunt was used.
So now,
2 minutes.
As soon as meta's back up, you're going to have this disparity of time where meta's available for Shad, but there isn't no Haunt for Thug, and that's going to allow Viking to maybe look to utilize his Kotal, TP in the Storm, and look for a big fight.
Indeed. Boom's already planning to go in. The illusions to bait a little bit. Fissure comes out. They got the rod. They're holding the Storm Spirit in place. They might just blow up the Aegis. Yes, they do. Nice. But still, what is your capability after that? It might have just been a bait all along because they wanted to force Spider Pigs into this fight. Meanwhile, Boom just jumps onto Mitch at the same time. The swap comes from LeBron, saving Noob for now. But the Storm Spirit is still bullying the Darkseer. He's going to get the Darkseer. They also get 1, 2, and maybe Noob as a 3rd. The Ignis will be used as well. That you talked about that cooldown. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's got it again.
And we did see the the Fury go for the shot. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
surprise, surprise.
Yeah. 9k lead to Viking. They are so scary when they push. They've got like this double aura on Fury and the mech, the hood. He's gonna be so tanky. Completes the pipe. Will mitigate the Echo Slam or the Viper initiation. And it's Viking are slowly getting to that unkillable state. Spider Pigs, the only way that they can take a fight right now is that like clutch perfect initiation where the Darkseer gets jumped, he can then vacuum 2 or 3 heroes into a slam on a Nevertoxin and then maybe take the fight. But right now in the open area, the Nyx, the Storm, these heroes are just really picking apart Spider Pigs.
I have to say I was a bit worried there for a while because for Spider Pigs, knowing that their Haunt was on cooldown and they had a chance to blow up the Aegis, but it's like, yeah, you're getting a bit overconfident here because you know you can, but as soon as you do, you're like, okay, we're out of tools, and then Spike and GG just swipe away 4 heroes. So that, in my opinion, that was great use of the Aegis just for a bait.
So what a weird game. There's only 1 new neutral item on either team. So Spider Pigs have the Fairy's Trinket from tier 1. Obviously, you're not really using that right now. And Viking have the Bullwhip, which is, of course, a fan favorite, but Celery getting jumped.
It is a fan favorite. Ignis drops out. Echo Slam comes through as well, but it doesn't connect onto Boom. We're hoping for it. Here comes Shad. BKB, Metamorph, absolutely pummeling. And 3 gone. BKB on Noob runs out. The stun from Toby. There will finish off the Viper. 4 kills for Viking GG. And this is a scary Viking machine that Spider Pigs have to face.
They really tried to go for a cheeky little fight there, didn't they? But without any items and a wasted Echo Slam.
Yeah, the Echo Haunt is still up, but it's like tiny bit of disconnection there to don't make it actually look like a whole fight for Spider Pigs. It looked like a portion of an attempt. Again, they killed the Nature's Prophet. This sounds like Celery is just enjoying, like, okay, give it to me, boys. Feels bad for Spider Pigs as well because they can't seem to find any openings. And Toby's going to take away these openings as well. The Shaker thrown into the air, and he's gone. Spectre also being a target of some damage. He's being solar bound.
These trees are amazing.
The swap again. They got Toby, but Doom comes in. The Haunt. Not the Haunt, that's actually the reflection from Shad. They've cleared out already 2 heroes. LeBron is dead. Noob is dead. Thug has only got 1 option, and that is to run. Meanwhile, Mitch also dead. Last man surviving, last man standing is Thug. the eyes of Viking GG. Another reflection comes through. Hunting up the Spectre. Sprouts is there, so he's going to block your path. Boom. Zaps through to create those big treants at the same time. And Darkseer forced to buyback. No buyback on the Spectre. No buybacks on anybody on Spider Pigs. Darkseer just used the last one of their team. Fake backing by the looks of it.
They just don't have to leave the base. Like, they just keep going. They're just a push lineup without any pressure, realistically. Where's the damage? Where's the control?
Yep, 30 seconds
Spider
for
Pigs,
Echo.
they're trying their best.
30 seconds for Echo, and that tower's falling. Oh, the swap actually goes through! The swap into Fissure's gonna be enough, and meanwhile, Aramis. Like a GG, what the heck? Okay, they're gonna get Aramis away. The Treant still slapping at that tower. But Viking GG is now gonna have to leave. Okay, what was that? Boom. Answer. Explain yourself.
Why are you having fun, Boom?
Why are you having fun? Yeah, instead of boom, it's just boo. Yeah, okay. Well, that was just a play, you know. Swap into the stun. This time it went through. He's been dodging them pretty well so far, but didn't quite dodge this one. Maybe a bit overconfident, but still doesn't change the course of this game. Viking GG, 20,000 gold ahead. Mid secured. Top is open for the taking, and bottom still tier 1s and tier 2s. Toby setting up for a stun onto DNZ. The backup is arriving. The vacuum comes through. The stun is there as well, but the Sprout from Celery holding them in place. The Illumina comes through as well, and there's the Metamorph Shad just throwing out some crazy hits at the time. Then they also have Thug controlled, and Spectre dropping low, 400 HP. Another Ignis connection comes through. The Blinding Light is there as well. Chad will get the kill, and they take down the Spectre. They're going to take down Noob, and they're going to put down this Spider Pigs team. If we talked about something relating to Christmas, this might be for a horror story, but it looks like we're going to have Spider Pigs for our little... Well, our Christmas table is going to have at least some kind of a feast.
Sometimes a cute meat and ham. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Spider Pigs, they're out. They're out. They're eliminated. Thank you. It's been a pleasure watching you. We thoroughly enjoyed it. But my golly gosh, did Viking really showcase how, first of all, Kotl, he's going to be tweaked a little bit in the coming weeks. I think he's just a little bit too good, especially with the 15-second recall and the fact that he just buys Ags and has everything going for him. It's a great hero. There's Solar Bind. That magic resistance is 15% level 1. Probably is going to be scaled to like maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 because it's kind of a bit bonkers being like 15 straight away. But yeah, I really like the idea that in this series alone, Viking showed that in 2 games, Toby's playing these offlaners that are kind of like tempo setting heroes in which they're not the traditional team fighters, but in the first game you have this bounty running around tracking, forcing out the kills, but also keeping up the net worth.
Some vacation days. Hey, yeah, it's vacation day. You can blame your dog while we all play today. So hey, sing it, it's vacation day. I guess it's over now with all your blatant plays. Come on, hey, yeah, vacation day. I got this back band, but my friend played today.
True story.
Ha!